Welcome back, everybody, to The Fruit of Grisaia. Funny thing happened. I went to record this episode, and I recorded this episode, but it turns out that I wasn't technically on Sachi's route. I was actually working on the start of Michiru's route. So, I did an episode all about Michiru, and, so I had to go back and figure out, well, what did I do wrong? I did the choice I'm supposed to do. Well, Sachi's route is different. You have to help Sachi at all points in the game, and I guess when I went through it, fast forward through it, I didn't do it in one of the routes, or one of the choices, so I wasn't officially on her route. But now we are, so this will be episode 148, part 2. Or at least take 2, I should say. So let's get into it. As the second recess period of the day begins, the highly suspicious ritual unfolds before my eyes. Hey, Sakaki, our classmate seems to be using her twin tails as antennae to attempt to intercept human brainwaves. Well, maybe not, but that strikes me as a problem in its own right. Papa Rappa the Rapper. Completely indifferent to our whispers, Michiru finishes chanting her incantation. A powerful Dijin promptly appears. Probably appears. And she appears, and she also answers the call. Oh, As soon as she understands Michiru's request, Sachi trots off to her oversized storage locker in the back of the classroom. With those words, Sachi grasps her chest with both hands. Okay. Somebody asked Sachi for a favor, leading to a subtle but bizarre misinterpretation. In the end, someone heaves an exasperated sigh. This too is hardly anything of the ordinary. I've seen something of the sort so many times since coming to the school that it's practically part of the scenery by now. You know, but when you stop and think about it... I'm not brooding. Also, I'm not your son. God, you're younger than I am. I suppose you could compare heavy sweat soaking through the back of your shirt to crying, but I'm not currently I don't mind you butting into our conversation, but do we... Do me a favor and keep your tits to yourself. If you want to take me by surprise, you're gonna need more dramatic measures. I'd recommend knocking me unconscious. Maybe sleeping pills or something of the sort. Oh, I'm gonna regret that one of these days. Of course, if she actually tried mixing some drug in my food, I'm confident I'd notice 8 times out of 10. Well, just think about how familiar that routine of hers is by now.
そう言われるとちょっと耳が痛いかな。
Why's that?
なんていうかな。私たちってさっちゃんの真面目さに甘えすぎちゃってるところがあるから。それを傍から見たらひどいことしてるように見えちゃうこともあると思うんだよね。でもユージにも分かっててほしいのは、私たちにそういう意図は全くないってこと。
私が遊び相手にサッチンを選ぶのもそうだけど、チルチルだってサッチンとはマブダチなのよさ。
I like Sachi. She's probably my favorite character of all of them, so I'm really happy to be on her route. So you're saying that faithful servant routine's an expression of friendship or something?
お兄ちゃんなら見ればわかると思うのだけど、サッチンは全然嫌がったりしていないのよ。
Well, I guess not. Compared to the others, Michiru tends to request menial, gopher-style errands pretty frequently, but Sachi never shows any sign of irritation. On the contrary, she often overflows with gratitude, as if being given work offers her satisfaction in itself. But objectively speaking, a charitable attitude that extreme has to be considered downright abnormal. Pretty interesting girl in that sense.
ちょっとまさかユージさっちゃんのこと。
I see where you're going with this, but that's not what I meant.
そっか。
Still. Community Sachi, eh?
お呼びでしょうか、風見さん。
God, don't do that. Impressive job picking up on my muttering, but no, I did not.
そうですか。
Well, now I feel bad. Alright, come on. Sorry.
いえ、年頃の男性が性的に興味のある異性の名をつぶやいてしまうのはよくあることだと聞いています。
Don't lump me together with pure-hearted youths who can find joy in a crumpled old porn mag discovered under the boardwalk.
はい、風見さんがそうおっしゃるならそうします。
Right then. This is strange as well. When I offer a retort to some weird statement of Sachi's, which is all of her statements, she'll fully accept my rebuke, basically overriding her previous opinion, which is strange. She's like a blank canvas, like a chalkboard. I just erase and write what I want. True, she often mumbles something like, "Is that so?" first. But that's nothing more than a rhetorical question or request for clarification, not an attempt to argue. Roughly speaking, Sachi's responses to our orders run along a fixed course, from confirmation to consent, and finally, implementation.
でもサチって前よりちょっと変になったわよね。やっぱりみちるもそう思う？だってね、前からトンチンカンなところはあったけど、下着姿で投稿してくることなんてなかったし。
So what brought on the change?
はあ？あんた何言ってるのよ。そんなの一つしかないじゃない。
You're saying it's me?
そうね。
The two nod to each other, and four narrowed eyes focused on my face. Well, counting a certain somebody who's begun to stare contemptuously in my direction without even lifting her chin from her hand, I guess it's actually 6. Sorry, but passionate gazes aren't going to get you what you want. Try flowers and a box of chocolates next time. I like daisies.
それがよりにもよってこんなのでしょ。さすがに今の返しは言いたかったかな。
In short, they want to say this is my fault. This is not my fault. And again, I am the first male student in this school. In that sense, I'm acting as a foreign element added to a relatively stable mixture, or as stable as these girls could make it be. Since Sachi's been forced to adjust to living in a dorm with me, I guess some changes in her behavior and attitude wouldn't be surprising. Well, I won't deny my role in this.
お兄ちゃんにしてはなかなか殊勝な発言なのよ。
Newcomers have to keep their heads down after all.
何を今更。
I feel like I heard a cranky spirit griping about something in the corner of the classroom. Surely it was just my ears deceiving me, but I'm gonna say I was just hearing things. But precisely because I'm a newcomer, there's a specific aspect of our class representative's behavior. I'm beginning to wonder about. I have to say though, I've been here a couple months now, but I haven't seen Sachi refuse a request not even once. Why? The instant I put my observation into words, Amani's eyes opened wide in shock. Well, to rephrase, it seems like Sachi's dictionary doesn't include the word impossible. I didn't mean anything else by it.
ごめん。ユージの言ってることは分かってたんだけど、改めて考えてみると、さっちゃんが頼み事を断ったことってあったかなと思って。
What, you haven't seen it happen either, Amane?
うん、多分そうだと思うけど。ねえ、マキナ、あんたはさっちゃんが何かを断ってるとこ見たことある？
サッチンが断ってるとこ？んじゃあチルチルはサッチンがお願いを断ったとこ見たことある？
え？そんなの普通に考えたらあるに決まって。ない。
Even Machiro, who seems to have provided the largest volume of requests by a significant margin.
じゃあユミコはあんた最初からこの学園にいたんだから、さすがに1回くらいは見たことあるでしょ？小峰さんがここに来たのはあなたより後なんだから、期間的な条件は同じでしょ？ってことは見たことないわ。
So in other words, despite living in close proximity to her for more than half a year, none of you have ever seen Sachi say no to someone?
ちょっと待って。それが本当だったらすごいことじゃない？
すげえよ。サッチン何者だよ。
Makina's reaction is actually pretty understandable. Even if, by some chance, everyone's forgotten an occasion or two when Sachi did say no, this strong a consensus must mean she's gone along with their requests on overwhelmingly majority of the time. Usually you'd only expect that kind of self-sacrifice from the Holy Mother reincarnate, or a very well-trained soldier.
もしかして私に関するお話をされているのでしょうか？
Well, calling it a discussion might be a bit of an overstatement, but...
要約すると、サッチンは誰にでも股を開く淫乱女ってことなのよさ。
No, we did not discuss that.
全然違う。
Thank you.
そんなに力強くされたら耳から脳汁
There'd have to be something there to liquefy, Makina.
ほらほら、ビビリのユミコが怖がるから、そういう例え禁止。
Okay, moving on. I've got one question I want to ask you, Sachi. Just one, that's all.
何でしょうか？
Can you remember refusing any request at all since you came to this school?
そうですね。
唐突に電源オフ？
すみません。今自分の記憶を検索していたのですが、私の覚えている限りではないと思います。ってことは本当に今まで一度も
私たちのお願いを断ったことがないってこと？感動した！今までありがとう、サチ！
ほんと
さすがクラスの委員長さんなのよさ。
You guys, you're not looking at the bigger picture. Shira and the others abruptly swarm around Sachi, surprised and enthusiastic to discover such an impressive feat so close at hand. They resemble nothing more as an eccentric soccer team, mobbing a defender for scoring the come-from-behind goal in extra time. On the other hand, the hero in question doesn't quite seem to understand why she's getting the star treatment all of a sudden. You can practically see the question marks floating above her head. A bit late in the game, but it seems they've finally taken note of your meritorious service, Sachi. Meritorious, that's what I meant to say. I cannot talk.
功績ですか？そうそう、サチって実はできる子だったんだなって。 ある意味そこら辺にいるメイドさんよりメイドさんっていうのかな。
そうでしょうか。だってほら、この前だってジャケットがこんなのって言っただけで私が欲しかった CD 手に入れてくれたし。あの時はインターネット上でいろんな質問ができるサイトに投稿したら、親切な人が商品名と売っている場所を教えてくれたんです。
ヤフーの知恵袋。私が本物の地域限定コシヒカリってどんな味なんだろうってつぶやいた時も次の日持ってきてくれたわよね。まだパッケージ前の状態で。
はい、上越新幹線で片道1時間45分、現地農家の小林さんから直接譲っていただきました。
It took her an hour and 45 to get out of there. We're probably talking about the Shetsu rice growing region. Girl must have been wandering around way out in the sticks.
じゃあ、ゾンビがうじゃうじゃって出てくるゲームの海外限定版はどうやって手に入れてくれたのよ。それは eDay っていう海外のオークションで未開封の商品を見つけたんだよ。
I love it.
そんなことまでやっていたなんて。
と言っても、私自身が何か特別なことをしてるわけじゃないですし。
Apparently, Sachi's finally caught on to the fact that she's being praised, as her cheeks have grown slightly red. She did mention that Amane and Mashiro haven't been complimenting her as much as they used to, so this sudden barrage of appreciation might be fairly enjoyable. Nothing particularly special, huh? True, our community is a small scale and relatively isolated from the outside world, but she's offered her help to everyone here quite literally without fail. That alone would be pretty remarkable by almost any standard, but Sachi seems to be completely oblivious to this fact. Of course, when you hear it never once, I think it's only human nature to feel a little interest in seeing that streak broken. Just how far can we push this, I wonder? Not that I want to. I guess I might go without saying, but the laundry facilities in our dormitory are pretty high class, actually. The machines are state-of-the-art combination washer-dryer, so long as you handle pushing a button, the rest is pretty much automatic. My attitude toward housework has always been indifferent at best, but these things still make my life noticeably easier. For example, I'm currently heading to the 3rd floor, secure in the knowledge I can get my laundry more or less taken care of in the time it takes me my rice to cook.
回る回る地球と一緒にドラムが回る、そいつを見てたら目も回る、いいヤヒー
Yahee! But when I reach the top of the stairs, I find Sachi in front of the machine, singing a funky avant-garde tune to herself as the laundry tumbles around inside. If you've lost your way in life, I'll lend you an ear to your troubles.
どちらかというと、風見さんの言葉の意図を把握するのに困っているのですが。
Alright then. What was that song called just now? What was with the song?
作詞作曲イリス・マキナ、編曲周防天音による心の選択、乙女心は潜在いらずという歌です。
Okay. I'll buy that. The people I can picture coming up with a song like that are A. Drunken office workers lying around a train station at 2:30 in the morning, and B. Irisu Makina.
ちなみに今日の洗濯物は下着が2枚とメイド服が2着です。
Oh. And you're telling me this. Why?
老婆心ながら風見さんが知りたそうな顔をされていたので。
I appreciate the thought, but that was your mistake.
すみません。風見さんほどの人なら回転するドラムの中身を視認することも容易でしたよね。
Sachi, my friend, I'm genuinely curious. Just what kind of skills do you think I've been developing? Okay, let's change the subject, alright? Since you're up here washing your laundry, I guess you've already ate dinner?
はい。あとはお洗濯とお風呂に入って一日もおしまいというところです。
I see, a wholesome rhythm of life you got there. Very much the model student.
ちなみに、風見さんはもう食べられたんですか？
Why are you undressing? No, not yet. Why?
聞くところによると、夕食はなるべく21時前にとった方がいいらしいですよ。
Apparently it's hard to gain weight that way, yes.
すでにご存知だったんですね。さすが風見さんです。
More importantly,
は
Sachi,
い、なんでしょう。
can I go ahead and smack you at this point?
強引なのは嫌いじゃないのですが、私としてはちゃんと手順を踏んでほしいと言いますか。
Oh. Once again, I find myself wondering whether you're even a human being.
不思議です。なぜでしょうか。
Why indeed? Take a look at yourself and think about it, specifically what you're wearing.
下着姿です。
Yes, you are. I see that. Tell me, are you the type who finds sexual excitement in exposing yourself in front of other people? I mean, that is a thing, so if you do that, you know, it's, hey, more power to you, but is that how you roll?
いえ、違います。
Okay then. Why?
それはこれからお風呂に入ろうと思ったからです。
Oh, I see. Okay. You know, the room's right next to the grand bath, so you're trying to make efficient use of your time spent waiting for your laundry. Is that it?
ご明察です。
That said, efficiency isn't really enough of a reason to justify this personal strip show, but should I even bother trying to explain that to her? Would she even understand?
風見さんも入りますか。
And what, your flashing enthusiast club?
いえ、そちらではなく、お風呂の方のお話です。
Well, I believe I've just received an unambiguous invitation to take a bath with a classmate of the opposite gender. But as I understand it, for men and women beyond the age of puberty, such an act requires either a financial transaction or a certain degree of pre-existing intimacy. How much you want? Sachi and I are married classmates. We're not in a relationship, and we're not blood-related siblings. I want to think it's natural for me to feel a little dubious here. What's her game?
風見さんさえ良ければなので。
Well, let's see. I don't find the idea particularly objectionable, but I'll pass this time, thank you.
そうですか。
Well, for one thing, I'm currently in the middle of making dinner.
すごいです。風見さんはすでに時間の有効活用を考えていたんですね。
Well, yeah, more or less. For another thing, I have a feeling it'd be difficult to make up an excuse if one of the others walked in on us.
では、それはまた別の機会にということで。
Yeah, sounds about right. Enjoy the bath.
はい。風見さんも私の入浴姿を置かずにご飯を食べる作業を頑張ってください。
I'm sure it will be curry flavored. Oh wait, you don't know that reference. Maybe a smack upside the head would have been best after all. Ugh. Oh, it's time to wake up already? Looks like it's about time. After quickly double-checking the clock on the wall, I leave my room. When I reach the third floor, I find the laundry room empty. Of course, since there's only 6 boarders in this dormitory, that's hardly unusual in itself, but as I bend forward to retrieve my dried laundry, I notice something slightly odd about this picture. Sachi left her laundry in the machine? These machines take approximately 70 minutes to wash and dry a load of clothing. When Sachi headed off to take her bath, the display on her machine read somewhere around 15 minutes. In other words, it's been sitting here for nearly an hour. My master once told me young women love their long-ass baths, but 70 minutes is a little much. It's hard to believe Sachi would have returned without taking her laundry, especially since we were just talking about efficiency. Above all else, I don't think I've seen her leave a job so sloppily unfinished before. Something feels wrong about this. Something very wrong. Even if Sachi really is just taking long, so it shouldn't be a problem if I call out to her through the door, right? Right? When I make my way into the changing room, Sachi's slippers quickly catch my eye. Hard to picture her wandering off barefoot for no good reason, which would mean... Sachi, it's me, are you in there? I try calling out from near the door, but there's no response. I can't make out the sound of running water either, so it doesn't seem like she's in the middle of a shower. In that case, I think immediate action's called for. Immediate action which we will get to in the next episode of The Fruit of Grisaia. Is Sachi okay? Find out next time. Take it easy, guys.